Hi.
Good morning.
Good morning,
Aloha.
everyone. It's hashtag Brandy and Hale, hashtag Morning Talks with Brandy and Hale.
Morning talks.
And today
Over
on
coffee.
our, as you can see, our topic was about something interesting. Do you know what a three-way call is? Let me share this out for a second. Let us know who you are and where you're coming in on as you are coming in.
I like talking about three-way calls because three-way calls I think was like the hardest thing for me to learn how to do when I first started in network marketing, and then I got really good at three-way calls, and then it's like this whole it's interesting.
It's a conundrum.
It's a conundrum. Yeah, it's a conundrum. I remember my first three-way call. I was just like, oh my goodness, I can't even. You get so nervous. You don't know how to edify people. That's not what we're talking about today.
Okay.
That's that part we're not talking about.
I just shared it to my wall. So while he's still letting the coffee get in, while he's letting the coffee hit his bloodstream and then get to his brain,
Yeah.
today we're going to talk about the conundrum of three-way calls. So first, we just talked about this before going on.
Mm-hmm.
You may not know what a three-way call is. If you're a total newbie to this business, you probably don't know what a three-way call is. But if you've built in this business for more than 10 minutes and actually, tried to get your business up and running, and we're working with people who had a skill set. If you had an upline that had a skill set, you may have been introduced to something called a three-way call. And by my caption of this live, you know what I think about three-way calls.
Well, that's how you learned, right? That was the first thing that you learned.
Yes! That is why I think it's been like 20 years of it. Like, if something doesn't work after 20 years, if something doesn't work after 20 years, don't do it anymore. Yeah, I actually learned like that. And it worked.
Yeah, no,
like,
it's-
three-way calls work.
Right. Yeah.
It is a part of a network marketer's tool set. You can hear our co-host is trying to get on the set. He's locked in one of the other studio rooms. So, three-way calls. Do you want to explain what three-way calls are?
Three-way.
And then I'm going to probably explain after you what it is again.
Well, a three-way call, I like it. It's a tool that you can use to when you're. Wow, I've never. It's just three people get on a call.
Okay, so a three-way call is a tool that you use in your business to prospect, present, and close. It's the basic sales. It's a part of a sales funnel for a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
Describe what it is, like what you do on a three-way call. You can do that.
Okay, yeah.
Not the technical side behind it, or not the hypothetical side. Whatever.
Well, basically, it's like there's three people on a call, right? You have the prospect, you have your upline or your up team or your support or the third party, basically, and then you have you. And basically, it's a way, like you said, it's a way to prospect, present, and close, and that all happens on a three-way call, right? So, we were talking about the sales funnel before, like the whole awareness and interest and decision and action. And it's all happening on a three-way call, which is kind of crazy. I mean, it's good. I mean, if you don't know what a three-way call is here, this is where you'll know. If you've ever bought a car, then that's a three-way call.
Oh, that's awesome example.
Go.
Good job.
Whoa.
Okay, so you're sitting there with the sales guy that's your friend, right? And he's like, oh, show me what you want. Oh, yeah, you deserve this. Oh, yeah, great, you got kids. Yeah, you can take. They're like your friend. And then they try to close you, and then they bring in the third party, right? You don't know who they are from Adam. You haven't spent the last 3 hours with them sitting in their office, and they come in to ask for the money. That's a three-party close. And yes, it is very effective, and there's a lot of things behind it that makes it successful.
Yeah, there's dynamics behind it, the bridging the trust and the credibility, you're borrowing trust, you're borrowing credit.
You're passing the rapport around.
Yeah, we don't gotta go into
we can teach you all the sales techniques you want to know.
Yeah.
And it does work.
It does work, but that's not what we're talking about.
But in the network marketing business, you don't want to be building your business through three-way calls. And I'm going to tell you why. Because you will create a rat race for yourself.
A job, basically. A job of doing three-way calls.
Because the whole thing about you want to get out of a job and you don't want to be trading hours for dollars because trading hours for dollars is the worst way for you to earn an income. Well, what you're doing when you're doing three-way calls all day long and your business is dependent upon doing three-way calls, then you are creating a rat race for yourself in your own business. I have done it for myself for 20 years. Like the first guy that ever introduced me to network marketing lived in Utah. He was a multi-million-dollar earner in the industry. And he was like, Brandy, we're going to build this thing. We're going to build it over the phone. He gave me my first script to say to every person. Then he gave me the script to say when I do the intro, and I built through three-way calls. So after that, I built my business on three-way calls. My last business, oh my goodness, how many? It was like...
It's all day.
Yeah, it's all day long.
Well, okay, so this is a side note, and then maybe we can get into like, when to use a three-way call, and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
But this is the side note, is that I remember when I was building my other business, like my family knew that I was always on calls, and they would get, they'd get irritated because, maybe I'm on a call in the car, or I'm on the call at dinner, or I'm always stepping away to get on a call, and then they're like, wow, this is so much different this time around because you're never... Like, I remember when you were always on call, and I never realized, because that was just my normal. It's like, yeah, I build this business, and this is what I gotta do. I have to be on calls all day, because if I'm not on calls all day, that means I'm not making money. And so now it's like, I
had that happen. My niece as well, she was like, my niece that I don't see all the time, she's like an adult, she's like 20-something years old, Jessie. And, she used to hang out with me, and I was on the phone all the time when she was hanging out with me. And then she knew that I made a switch, right? I had gone from my former company to my new company. My former company was former methodology, and my new company was new methodology. Methodology.
Methodology,
Sorry.
yeah.
So then she didn't even say anything to me, but when we were with her mom, she was like, Mom, Auntie's not on the phone as much as she used to. This company is way better than the other. And she didn't even know what the products were. She didn't know anything about the pay. She didn't know anything about the comp plan.
It's bad when you're on the phone all the time is that if your family and people who are not doing the business can actually do your
presentation. Yeah. Exactly. Like, okay, they know they're going in for the close.
Yeah.
Okay,
Anyways,
so we're going to reel this in now.
Yeah.
So what happens on a three-way call is that, let's say Hale and I, let's say I'm the upline, and let's say Hale is the team member, and then let's say he's bringing his buddy to the table who's interested in looking at the product or looking at the business. He would tell me, oh, my friend's interested, and the first thing I would say is, oh, introduce them to me on the phone. Has that ever happened to you in your business? Have you ever experienced somebody telling you, oh, get them on the phone with me? First off, it's really weird and it's really awkward, and then you have to go through this whole training process to make your team member feel okay, that it's okay to bring you on the phone. Then they bring you on the phone, and then you do this thing where I try to talk his friend. Now, this is the thing, Hale. Okay, so let's get to our training here. So the why and when are three-way calls necessary in the former system? Mm-hmm. Like in the former methodology, Hale, why would you say that we'd have to, or 99% of network marketing companies, when they get on the phone with people, why are they getting on the phone with people?
Because they're selling them a business. Like, you need a three-way call to sell a business. I mean, like, to someone that they need to do the business, and that's, I think, and then it's even worse if you actually have products and you need to, like, get people on to sell products, because
that means that your product is way too
hard to sell,
way too complicated. If your product is so complicated that people have to get on the phone with your upline for your upline to explain the product, then that's just way too complicated already. Yeah. If you have to be on the phone explaining it, it's just way too complicated already. Mm-hmm. But going backwards, okay, so this three-way call thing, right? If you're building your business with three-way calls, it may be effective, but I'm going to tell you, from the point of a top-earning network marketer, you're not going to want to be doing it forever. So, can you help reel us in?
Well, okay, so it's like three-way calls work. They take a lot of time, and let's face it, right? Three-way calls are from the time of the old time. I don't know. From the time there was no internet.
I was introduced to it 20 years ago.
Yeah, there's no internet.
There was a fax machine. I had to fax in my application.
Yeah, so I mean, in a way, it's kind of antiquated, and it's kind of like, it works, but it's like, technology is moving on, and there's all kinds of systems and ways that you can be able to prospect, present, and close people without having to do a three-way call, and that make it easier.
And a big part of it is, if your compensation plan is not built around you having to recruit people. Now, if your compensation plan, like many compensation plans out there, if the main way for you to make money in your compensation plan is for you to get somebody in the business, then you're going to have to be doing a lot of other jumping through hoops to try to get people in the business, which probably will include three-way calls.
So I think, so the thing is what's the alternative, right? I think that's what we're trying to get to. It's like, you know, there's other ways that you can build your business and systemize your business that doesn't have to rely on doing three-way calls. And if, you know, your upline is telling you that, you know, that's the way to build the business, then
they're not fully aware of their options. So,
Yeah.
I mean, like, just to be general, there are options out there. You can do online funnels, which is what we're starting this year in 2018. We've actually been doing it for 6 months, but now we're specifically focused on helping people build businesses through online funnels. You can go online and you can create a funnel for yourself. You can create a landing page for yourself.
yeah, and then there's also things that we use all the time. So you can use texting and Facebook Messenger, which are amazing ways to build your business without having to do calls. I mean, you know, I use the voice chat thing on Facebook Messenger all the time. I know that that's what our team does. And I think we're moving into a time too. I mean, have you ever felt like scheduling a three-way call with your upline and with your prospect was like hell? Hey, Hardeep, what's up?
Hey, what's up, man?
And it's
Aloha.
like, okay, I gotta schedule a call, and then, you know, like, there's this whole process that goes into scheduling a three-way call. And now I think people know that, like, that's just not a thing anymore. Like, how many
millennials are gonna get us on three-way calls?
Yeah.
Come on. Do you think they want to introduce us to their friends? Oh well, he's a millennial. I'm not a millennial. You know.
And well, people just don't want to like, how many times have you been like, why are you calling me? Why don't you just text me? Like, we're in a new way of communicating, I think, too. And I think three-way calls represents the old way of communicating, and this is a new way.
Yasmin said she has three-way call PTSD. I have home party PTSD. I ain't doing three-way calls, but I do have home party PTSD because I built my whole other company as well. My whole other
So
business.
you can use other things to mimic the three-way call, which is using Facebook Messenger. That's like, if you are not using Facebook Messenger in your business yet, then you got to start doing that, because group chats, group messenger.
The thing is, think outside the box. That's what we're gonna say. Okay, like if your upline tells you, oh, you got to follow this system or you got to do this thing, like think outside the box, because I'm not gonna be a slave to my network marketing business. Let me tell you, the reason why I got into network marketing was for the freedom. The reason why I got into network marketing was so that I could do my business from wherever I was, whenever I was, all that stuff. And then if you find yourself in your network marketing business and you're still creating that rat race for yourself, then it's time to start rethinking your systems. So that's what we're here for today. Interested in knowing more about systems, if you're interested in knowing more about, you know, how we build a business through technology, hit us up, send us a message here, and we'll get you connected for sure. Holly, don't you have a little cheat sheet that they can get access to soon?
I do. I'll have a little cheat sheet. If you're a network marketer and you're interested in what those pieces are for creating your own online sales funnel, I have a cheat sheet for you. That's going to be out.
Yeah,
today.
he's popping it up. He's going to have a cheat sheet that you can grab from him that'll start helping you get more educated about the online terminologies, bringing, I guess, network marketing and internet marketing together.
Yep.
Does that sound okay? Sorry.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out how I was going to say it. Okay. Hey, Paula. Nice to see you on the line. Okay, guys. Well, thanks so much. Thanks for joining us for #Holly and Brady Morning Talks. It's great to connect with everybody here. If you're building a business in the network marketing genre, congratulations to you. But it is time for you to step into the world of technology, because the World Wide Web is a huge place, and we want you to leverage it for you so that you can attain your time, financial, and freedom. Aloha.
Aloha.